Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm over at Gamefound. Ooh, yes. My name is Lipstickpaddy, the host, and Guards of Atlantis II. I have had this on my shortlist since it came back on Gamefound. I think this preview was up from the 1st of January, and I budget it, so no problemo. No problemo. I've actually got the funds for this one, don't you worry. I would have backed this in January, February, March, April, May. This is a game I absolutely have to add. I would have been back at number 1, watching the countdown. Excuse me. But hey, I'm in Mexico, and I would have had to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning. No, I was at work this morning, so couldn't get up really early. But anyway, that's how enthusiastic I am about getting this. Oh. Now, the biggest negative that people have over this game, let's just get the elephant out of the room, is that this might be the greatest game you have, but you'll have no one to play it with. I think that's the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard, because you can say that about probably many games in your collection that aren't gateway games, right? Especially those heavy games, if you have any of them. But essentially, in my gaming group, we play Dice Throne, which is 1 versus 1. You can do 2 versus 2 in it because some of the classes do support and help each other out. And we would love to play a 2 versus 2 game, which is Skirmish. Now, Arena of the Contest is coming. I'm still waiting for the full delivery of Tanaris. That's a Skirmish game. But here, Guards of Atlantis II is the daddy. It is the king of Skirmish games for several reasons. Number one, there is a plethora of heroes. Number 2, it's not just Skirmish. Every time you kill something, you get currency, you get coins, and you can spend those coins to level up your character, which is delicious. So imagine there is a shop in the game. I love this. Now, tabletop MOBA, you might not know what that means. It just means it's a massively online battle arena coming from the video game genre, and it essentially means that you are... Well, first of all, to be a MOBA, every class has to be extremely distinct and have an interesting role play as your character develops. Now, I think what this game has over the video game is, because if you play a character in a video game, you've got a set path towards leveling it up, and here you haven't. You basically have a set of 5 cards, and 3 of those cards will be leveling up with you. However, you can branch with those, and the branching will be determined by the other heroes at the table. For example, I mean, in this game you're going to die a lot, but that's part of the game. You're going to die and respawn. But if you're up against a hero that has a devastating attack and you have no defense against it, trust me, when you level up, you are going to pick the strongest defense card over ability. So basically, your evolution will be deterministic of what's going on in the game. And that is delicious because you're watching everything. Everything matters. You don't know what skills your opponents have. You're going to be making mistakes and learning from it and then molding your character around it. That's what's so amazing about this. And when you're in a team, there's no such quarterbacking in this. You can maybe say to your team member, oh my god, she's so strong, we need to get her defenses up. That's going to be heard from the opponents also when you say that. So it is interesting, the communication, and you might have to speak in a certain code because it has to be heard by the other team, and it's all very, very good. Now, but you're not necessarily just going to go straight into PvP and attack your opponents, because a lot of the time you've got to be next to them if you're melee, if you're range, You've got to make sure you can hit them from where you are, etc. And you might have to position yourself for that attack anyhow. However, it's funny we're not seeing it. We've got to go down here. In this shot here, you've got the heroes in the top right and the top left. And in the center here, you've got the NPCs, or the non-playable characters, or the minions, if you like. And they are going to be cannon fodder for you to level up your characters with your heroes. So basically, when you skirmish, it's PvP. Here, no. You can absolutely knock out the NPCs because you know you're going to be leveling up. And that might be priority, is to get leveled up quickly and all that good stuff. So yeah, really, really good. So you are going to be attacking your opponents. You are going to be attacking the NPCs. You're going to try and clear them out, because one of the win conditions is, or you might say the only win condition if I'm playing this game, is to knock out the base, which is in the corner. You can win the match by just knocking out your opponents, but that almost makes it streamlines I want to kill the opponent, and I'm not a fan of that, because you have a shared health pool, and you essentially have 4 lives that are shared between each character. I prefer it where if you kill a hero, they end up respawning back at their base, and then you'll probably be concentrating on hitting the minions, and you'll eventually get to their base. But there's more a tug of war when that's happening. I prefer the tug of war thing. And yeah, it's going to be good. So essentially what's happening here is you're not going to know what your opponent has. You don't necessarily need to know what your character has, because you're going to be leveling up deterministically about what's happening in it. So you have this like little bit of strategy, and you know you're evolving from your own intelligence of what is happening in the battle. That's really, really good, really good. You don't really care if you get hit and you get knocked out, because hey, you're learning and you'll get revenge back on these people when you get stronger. Don't you worry about that. And you know, if you are under-leveled and they're higher level than you can basically make sure you're completely out of the way of the other heroes and just take down the NPCs to kind of claw yourself back. So there's like interesting paths of playing it. But let me give you another reason why this is the king of skirmish. Your character has a full deck that they're going to be pulling from. You'll always have a hand of 5, but when you're leveling up, every single card has a unique bit of art with your hero on the cards. That is absolutely wonderful. The attention to detail is great, and because this is hero based, there's a lot of balance that needs to be done to make sure no hero is overpowered, because if that happens in this game, it is a competitive game. You can go on the developer's YouTube channel and see competitive matches going on. It is balanced, and that takes more development than, say, bringing out some zombicide character, because a lot of them are just changing a few numbers. Here, absolutely not. You've got to have a full deck of cards with abilities that have to get balanced. The numbers on every card have to get balanced, etc. Not to mention, you get these wonderful minis that are in the game. They're very good quality. They've even, on this page, got how to paint videos. You'll see how good they are in quality. Now, it does play up to 10 players. You're going to need an add-on for that, though. They've basically balanced this edition so that both sides of the board is playable at the 4 to 6, I believe. This has been a bit of a change from Guards of Atlantis 2. It's best looking at this as a Guards of Atlantis 2.1. Would that be fair to say 2.1? There's been a balance pass already. There's an update pack, and that good stuff. I would love to see coins come to this though, so you get some coins. That would be a beautiful add-on that we've not seen yet. So MOBA, yes. Tug of war, trying to take out their base, lovely. Epic, memorable plays, 100%. Stakes rise as the game progresses, absolutely. You are engaged from the minute to the end. Full player agency, no dice, it's pure strategy. Simultaneous play, close to no downtime, wonderful. 100% asymmetric, 100% replayable. You might play the hero the same way the next game, but you evolve them differently because of the other hero. Simple as that. Countless builds for your characters. Now, full focus on team play, coordinate with your friends, no quarterbacking, easy to learn, hard to master. You won't have any game similar to this in your collection. You can pick any of the playthroughs. When we get down to the videos, I'll put you my recommended ones, which I recommend you watch, and stuff like that. But if you've got anybody that likes 1 versus 1, and you know you've got like a group, you wanted to play like dice throne, but there's a good group of you coming, so you just insist you're going to play it, and it's a 2v2. This would take the place of that, and it's quick. It is quick, and there's no downtime because you're obviously doing stuff simultaneously and all that stuff. Now, this game is notoriously hard to get. If you want a 2.0 version of Guards Atlantis, someone's selling it on BGG for like $500 or something. It's outrageous pricing. It's unlikely to be in retail. They did try to bring it to retail, but it just weren't going to happen. It just wasn't going to happen. It's hard to find. Some rewards are at a reduced price. I'll talk about the add-ons as we go down, and on that there is some controversy happening. Late pledges will be available in limited numbers and for a full price, so prices may change. And it says post-campaign we will likely have only a small number of copies left. I'm not sure what that means, because this is not getting delivered till next year. So, and if you do the stretch pay, it's 10 months on the stretch pay, so it's not coming in the next 12 months. I'll have to explain how I got to this pledge when I go down. So it is loved. It is loved. As long as people know that they're going to die often, learn from their mistakes, and they'll be able to get revenge and stuff like that, and you can help them in your team, then, you know, I think they'll be up for it. You obviously need 2 experienced players in opposite sides, though, because if you get 2 experienced players, they're going to absolutely murder 2 newbies and all that good stuff. Now, if you're playing 2-player, each player has to play a single hero. Sorry, they have to play 2 heroes is what they need to do. But the dev is trying to focus this on team. They actually want it to be a team, and so if it is 2v2, that's more of kind of learning a character, just banging it out on the table, and all that stuff. So yeah, if you defeat the enemy heroes, which is boring, capture their base, that's more pure, based on a Dota. You can control a single hero if you're not playing 2-player. Yeah, you play 1 card face down, which is hidden, and then everybody reveals. The one with the highest initiative will move first, and could be very important. And you'll notice the ones that are initiative, because the 3 special cards are blue, green, and gold. The gold one has a high initiative. The green one has an extreme low one here. But the high initiative, they have lower options. Absolutely. And on the card here, you've got defense and you've got movement, and then you've got your base attack, and you've also got a special there. So it's quite multi-use, these cards. These are all starting cards, by the way, they are, that we're seeing here. Is that gold one? That's one you can't... Yeah, because it's just got a cog on it. You can't upgrade that one. I guess the red one is a one you can upgrade. Regardless, the second printing rule book is in play here. Now, I call it a 2.1. There is stuff that you're getting in the box here that is different than 2.0. Yeah, I mean, the stuff that was stretched in the first Kickstarter, some of that stuff you're not going to get here in the box, and there's no plan on adding it. The dev is still streamlining this game. He doesn't want you to have towers. He doesn't want them to be relic items. He doesn't want you to have the minions or the NPCs to have a random ability during the game. Like, I don't know. That should be really up to the backer if they want to introduce that stuff, and just the developer taking it out willy-nilly seems a little bit harsh and a little bit controlist from the dev, actually, that is doing that. But regardless, if you're coming in now like I am, you don't have an option, certainly not yet. It'd be interesting if an add-on comes with the stretch goals from the 2.0 Kickstarter. Anyway, so the 1-star heroes are not classed as easy. It starts off as hard, and then they become like expert, and then challenging, and then very, very hard if it's a level 4. But the base game has a lot of level 1s, and some of these packs, in fact, the Arcane here has a lot of difficult heroes, including the Renowned also. And I think Ignatia here, she used to be a 3, she's been upgraded to a 4, so she's been rebalanced. And Gideon here, the other level 4. So the level 4s are very difficult and squishy. You might call them squishy, but they're extremely powerful. You need to know what you're doing with them, and they might be growers where they're very, very weak, but if you level them up, they could be epic in the battle. And I guess 2 here, which have not yet been designed. This does have a year of production, so you know they're still working on stuff. Now you've got videos. This board game Barrage, that one's a good video. Ring of Cards, he's actually started his YouTube channel with 1 video, and it's talking about this game. So he's very passionate, and it made him start a YouTube channel. There it is. Watch that one. There's an unboxing here to see what the contents are. The list of contents, I'll show you where it is in a minute. It's in a strange place. How to paint the minis here. You can see how good they look. There's a series. You've actually got to click the base box to see what you get here. And you can see you're kind of missing things. But a little bit different is the minions are going to be red and blue, it sounds like, instead of the orange that they had. I guess, I don't know. It does sound like the colours are going to be different here. Yeah, you are going to be leveling up. You need to level up all your level 1 cards before you can go to level 2. So you can't just rush towards your ultimate. You have got to level everything up before you get there. Double-sided game board. 7 heroes in the base. You've got the coins, the tokens, rulebook, plastic insert. No sign of the stuff that got stretched. So if you're coming in here from the second edition, you do get an interesting update. 110 cards are going to get done. But here's the pledge that I'm on. It's basically... Gamefound is pretty sluggish today, I'll give it that. It's basically the core with all of the heroes, so you'll end up with 32 heroes in total, which is fantastic, it really is. Now there was a big box that was on the second campaign, that's also another change. They are giving you these smaller boxes. I really don't understand the dev's explanation of it, that the big box was a little bit it was what's the word, you know, scaring people. What? So a lot of Kickstarters have big boxes. Why would it scare people? At the end of the day, you're going to be here with the base box and these 5 hero packs. That's going to look more intimidating than a big box. But I guess when you're playing with people, you're just going to make sure you've got all your level 1 heroes out that they can choose from. And there you go. Now they've got the pack of sleeves here, which is great. And if you click here, it'll tell you how many you need. So if you're going for the all-in, you've got 640 cards. Wow. And yeah. So I've put 12 packs of sleeves. The developer, he sleeves as well, so definitely it'll fit in the boxes. And you notice here there are 100 micro here, so they are very good quality. Now these neoprene mats are almost like, because if you come from the if you go from the 2.0, your player board is 1/2 of each of these. So I don't know. There's been like a change. If you're just coming in like me, don't worry about it. Just get both mats. The mats are bigger, by the way. They are bigger. You see a 700 by 700, and when you see the playthroughs, you'll see the DPI is magic on these as well. Great DPI, great vibrancy, and they look great. They really do look great. And it does tell you here that Magma and Ice is the one that supports 8 to 10 players and is best at 10, which is this one here. That just sounds fantastic. And if you don't know this, my wife is one of 10 children, and at Easter and Christmas, when they all return, we always have a big board game, and this would be singing so much in 5 versus 5 because there's lots of grudges between the brothers and sisters. You can kind of imagine what it could be like. But yeah, that's like big events, isn't it, when you do that? But certainly it's in my on my calendar, the big game events. And we've got the narrow passage, which is another 4 to 6, best at 4 or 2 versus 2, and the river one. That one in the middle. That one's 6 to 10. But yeah, it's nice that you've got that, and you've got 2 variants. There's someone in the chat was saying, you know, I normally play with the base, and I've only played with the other ones every now and again. But I mean, the base Forgotten Island, which is this one, that's 4 to 6. And the narrow passages, that's also 4 to 6. So you can just play a different map. There's no problem with that. Totally no. I think if you go for these 2, you can bring them out. The metal tiebreaker coin, this is an upgrade actually from the 2.0 Kickstarter. Essentially what happens is if there's a tie in abilities or the initiative, for example, if two people put a 10 initiative down, whoever has the tiebreaker coin will get dibs on going first, and this will get rotated, flipped to, or whatever the plan on having. The card tuck back boxes, this is for 2.0 only because the sleeves, if you put the cards in the 2.0 big box, they famously slid around. That has been fixed in this version. There's the shipping. I'm a little bit disappointed that Mexico is rest of the world, because that potentially could be a €200 shipping price. No, we've been moved up. Oh, Mexico is moved up, so we're looking at 100. Woohoo! Phew, that's made me a little bit easier that we've been moved up. Dev, if you're watching, thank you very much. I did kind of mention this, that is, we are in a new shipping mode with the USMCA. It shouldn't be that expensive. We should not be classed as rest of the world, but yeah. I mean, this is like a game I wanted since I heard about it. I missed the first Kickstarter. I couldn't wait for the reprint. I've been waiting for this. This is my birthday present for this year for me, and there's no question that I really want this game. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Totally excited for this. It's like, oh yes, baby! Whoop, 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 whoop. There we go. It is kind of a strange Gamefound, because it's not really telling you what's in the box, and it's not explaining the heroes yet or anything like this. It's pulling you away to BGG. But what about the new heroes? Well, expect updates coming down the pipe. These are all pre-Gamefound projects, so these already came out, and they are not answering the questions fully. So, but we'll see. We will definitely see. There's 29 days left. It's a full campaign, and on day one, it's been fantastic getting all these backers. It really has been great. My big pledge then, if it's going to load, you're so slow, Gamefound today. Base box with all 5 hero packs, 12 packs of cards, 2 of the neoprene boards, and I get the metal tiebreaker coin optional. And I'm going... Oh, it is loading. There we go. And I'm going stretch pay on all this. And it's 10 equal installments of €35, so that's no problem. I think with this, and I'm stretch paying 3 now, so Guards of Atlantis II, Hex Explorer, and Elder Scrolls, and yeah, it's not too bad at all. It's coming around about €120, and that'll level off when Hex Explorer gets filled, because that's only a 4-month or 5-month stretch pay, where the other ones are 10. So it will, in the summer, it will go down to 70 a week, and I think that's totally manageable. And I'm not backing anything else relative anyway, so I'm happy with that. Gloomhaven Minis, that's the other thing. that's been earmarked to bag anyway, whenever that comes. The Gloomhaven RPG, that thing. Alright, there you go. Guards of Atlantis. Would you be okay just going for the base box, which is 59? Yeah, you'll totally be okay with that. I'm sure of it. But for me, it's the 2-star, the 3-star, the 4-star heroes that get me giddy with excitement. I love the challenge of that, because essentially, even if you're playing new people and you rise up to a 2-star, you're going to have a harder time. So it almost handicaps you, I guess. These higher level features, you know. Because you really need to understand them a lot more. Anyway, so yeah, you could get the base, but you're not getting any deep classes. And I think the more you play of this, you'll want that. And I think one of the biggest things that everyone who has the 2.0 version is what they want from this game is just more heroes. So there is that. The colours are supposed to be blue and red, and if you look at this one, they're green and orange. So are they changing that? I mean, in the description of the base game, it does say they're going to go blue and red. Maybe that is a change, I don't know. But 7 in the box, not enough for me. And if you're going to have a 5 versus 5, you're going to need at least another box, aren't you? And if you've got a 5 players, so it's going to be 3 versus 2, there is a handicap rule in the rule book to help you with odd number playgroups and all that good stuff. So keep your eye on the campaign. It's a little bit mysterious, this campaign, as it's a strange project page, yet loads of new backers are coming on it. Probably because we've all been watching videos, we're all getting excited, we know what the game is, we know how amazing the game is, we know we want it in our collection, and we know it's going to be fantastic, and we know we've got game groups that want to play this game. That's kind of important. And yeah, it's looking really, really good. The developer said there might be another campaign in the future, but you're looking 2 years down the line. I mean, this will deliver next year, and if there is another Kickstarter, it'll be a year after that, if it comes at all. If it comes at all. So yeah, my pledge might get bigger if coins come out. I'll definitely want coins. Especially as I think the closest to this is a game from Jamie Stegmaier. If you go to BGG, there's a video there of someone telling you how they've upgraded their game. And developer, would you prefer everyone to spend $50 on Jamie Stegmaier, or give you, I hope it's not $50 to the coins for Guards of Atlantis, but you can understand it's better giving you the money than Jamie Stegmaier, right? And at the end of the day, if we're going to pimp out our game, it's better to come from the Gamefound site rather than another third party that's leaking profits away. And it would be so much better if it's a Guard of Atlantis proper IP coin. So get on it. Anyway, I just love the sheer unpredictability of the fight. There's no dice rolling luck with dice thrown, and you're hoping that the luck equals itself out in the match of dice thrown. It is often goes to the wire, that game. But at least here, it's card combat, and it's much, much more about strategy, and that is fantastic. The King of Skirmish, with coins for killing, a shop to upgrade your character, and get revenge because you've been killed a few times, or whatever the case is. Sounds lovely, and all that good stuff. If I have a dream add-on, it would be to get NPCs from some new NPCs. Maybe that an arcane NPCs, or some wayward NPCs, some defiant, renowned, or devoted, or whatever. So you can kind of mix it up a bit. Change the map, change the NPCs, why not? Biff, baff, bop. I like it that they've got some written reviews here as well. I think that's nice. Rightio. Oh, I should mention something. People are complaining about the packs being €40 and you're only getting 5 heroes, so it's €8 a hero. Number 1, you get a mini. Number 2, unique art. Number 3, a deck full of unique art. Number 5, number 4, they're coming in a box. Number 5, the balance takes a long time. So you're getting the you know, because if you get this box and this person is useless, you'll have gone, I wish I paid more and that this character was actually good to use. You don't want a broken character. That's why we're paying here for more research and development for these heroes, so that they're all competitive when they come into the game. That's why we're paying for this. You cannot question that. And it's like, when you hear broken characters, how long is that going to be before it gets fixed? You'd rather have it come out of the gate working intendedly. So for me, that's no problem for me. As long as it's coming balanced, all applicable to battle, then it's golden for me. And a 32 roster is all about the IP of MOBAs. You need a big roster of heroes, and look at all these. Oh, it's so exciting. The only thing I would do is I'd like this to be a menus like you see in the MOBA games, where you get to see the melee characters, the utility characters, the you know, the range characters, the magic characters. I'd like to categorize them like that instead of base, devoted, defiant, wayward, renowned, arcane. That doesn't really tell not really telling anybody what that is. But at least if you know it's melee, you understand what that is. You know if it's range or if it's magic class. You know it's going to be a bit squishy. You know if it's got a tank, or you know if it's a, you know these things a bit more inherent than the way they've got it up here. I would have to sort this out myself, but it'd be nice if we got I'd like to see a menu where they are organized in a little bit of a more interesting way. There it is. So yeah, it is like a 2.1. There's certain things from the Kickstarter that have been omitted. I'd love, though, if that comes as an add-on, so we can decide as the backer if we want to put it in, rather than the dev just chopping it, as if the add-ons were as if the stretch goals took the game in a wrong direction. He's chopped it. But the towers, the miniatures for the towers, just putting them there as decorative. I would. That's it. I just have them as decorative towers. So it looks like the base when you're getting towards it. I've played Dota, I've played League of Legends, and not having the towers here feels a little bit of a missed opportunity, and makes me envious of the people that got the 2.0 big box, because they've got towers. So hopefully that will come as at least of an add-on, please, Wolf Designer, and all that good stuff. But anyway, this is absolutely an incredible, fascinating skirmish game with more meat on the bone, great fantastic heroes, unique art across it, Kickstarter, Gamefound, whatever, exclusive, and ultra loved by its fan base, and it will be a total joy learning these classes, how to play them, just like it is playing any MOBA in the video game world, and finding your favourite hero, which is always quirky and down to your personal choice, isn't it? And all that good stuff. Dota 2, I love Death Prophet. Oh, I love Death Prophet. And have you played Dota 2? What's your favourite character? And League of Legends, when did I last play that? My character, I forgot her name, the girl with a sniper rifle. How have I forgot her name? She was even in the League of Legends Arcane Netflix series. What the hell is she called? I don't know. Grey matter problem at the minute. Hey, it's hot here in Mexico today. What can I say? Heat's getting to me. So let me know what you think of Guards of Atlantis 2. Are you pumped like I am to be jazzed? This has come back on Kickstarter, so you can get a chance to back it. Hell yeah. I mean, we have got a load of people that have come just to get their hands on this, that either know about it like I have, or have played it at a convention or around their friend's house, and they just want a slice of the cake too. But it is an amazing time to get it, and trust me, nothing comes close to this. When are you going to see another game doing a MOBA with unique heroes, unique art, fantastic minis? We've got options for playmats. It plays up to 10. Wow. Awesome sauce here, peeps. And 5 versus 5, by the way, is how MOBAs are. So it is a bit of a nod to the origins of the gameplay here. So there's so many nice things here. I just want to see the towers come back, because that is sacrimonious. So, on that bombshell, I've just noticed this picture here. It is blue versus red here. Maybe they are going to change the colours of the minions to blue and red. There's so many questions in the comments about what this project's not showing, because when the preview came up, we assumed they weren't showing us the full project to look at. And when it did launch, there wasn't that much new stuff, and we're like, oh my god, we would have told you to put this stuff there if we didn't know it wasn't coming. Anyway. Hopefully this project will grow and we'll get more information and all that good stuff. 29 days left. I will be back to talk about this in a final thoughts, because hopefully the campaign will share more details on how to at least align itself with the 2.0 variant and all that good stuff. So thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Think about subscribing on the channel, where we'd like to pick out all the fantastic crowdfunding sites and all that stuff. And we'd love for you to join the conversation down below in the comments, of course. And all right, I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. This has been Kickstarter Radio 102.4, covering Guards of Atlantis 2 on Gamefound. What a game to be covering. And I can't wait to get this game. It is so exciting. Wow. So, take care everybody, and bye-bye for now.